Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahawah, Ba'ashem YAHAWASHI, Ba'ashem YAHAWADAH. Double honors to the millstone, and shalom to the mighty Akim and Akwad out there who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. And today's topic is going to be entitled The Strong Delusion. Okay? Now, honestly, you will never. Okay, I did not know about this channel. I didn't know about this video, whatever. I literally saw this as an ad, on an ad. Okay, I saw the ad. I literally let the ad play, and then I just like, wow, like I actually watched a whole ad for the whole 50 minutes. Surprise. And within this ad, basically there were people, okay, that were saying such like things that don't have a train or a line of logic to them. Okay, so now that honestly got me thinking, like, wow, like it's you. Matthew chapter 22 verse 14. For many are called, but few are chosen. Okay. John chapter 15 verse 19. If ye were of the world would love his own, but because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. Okay? That's the beauty that the Most High chose us, the Israelites. Okay? No, chose 1/3. Zechariah 13:8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. Okay, 2/3 are going to be cut off and die, and 1/3 is going to be left. Okay, so out of all the people in the world, only the Israelites, and then 1/3 of all the Israelites. You have to be one of the luckiest. You just have to be so lucky to be chosen by the Most High. Many are going to be called. All of Israel is going to be called. Okay? I wish I remember the phrasing of it. What's it called? On Romans, I believe. Romans 3:3. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahawah without effect? Verse 4. Yahawah forbid, yea, let Yahawah be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy saying, and mightest overcome when thou art judged. Okay? So, basically, just because someone chooses not to follow, just because the 2/3 are going to choose not to follow the words of the Most High, it doesn't mean jack squat. They still have to answer as, just because they don't believe, it doesn't change the fact that it doesn't change the fact that this is a strong delusion. Okay, I'll get into that after. But yeah, moving back into the video, like I was just so surprised at let me listen to this right quick.
sex, right? This is a very new idea. You said in Western society.
It's not a new idea.
Really?
No, it's not a new idea.
So when did gender theory start? When did gender and sex become separate?
Well, they're actually, it's not necessarily the idea of gender theory. It's the idea that there have been different genders outside of man-woman for centuries.
Okay, how so?
Yeah, India.
India.
In
Sure.
India, you know, they have third gender. Native American cultures, they have third genders.
Sure.
In ancient Egypt, they had third genders.
Okay.
You know, so it's a very Western idea to say that there are only two genders and that this whole thing is a new idea changing our
Well,
culture,
you know what else is
changing
a very
our
Western
society.
idea? So it seems to me your presupposition there, correct me if I'm wrong, is that because other cultures have done this, there's a
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think that
Well,
we're
you do-
hermetically sealed in any way.
So you do realize, and you
Okay, so she said she said, and he clarified, and he asked her if this is what she believes, and he made sure, okay, is this what you're thinking? And he explained it and said, so if other societies do it, then does that mean that it is okay? He asked if she believed that was true, and she said yes. I can quickly play that ending, and we can hear it again.
position there, correct me if I'm wrong.
It's a very Western idea to say that there are only two genders and that this whole thing is a new idea changing our
Well,
culture,
you know what else
changing
is a
our
very
society.
Western idea? So it seems to me your presupposition.
And also, sorry, before I let him talk, you could hear in the way you could hear when he was about to say, oh, you know what else is a Western idea? You know, he had something as a gotcha moment in order to as some sort of backhand in order to hit her with it. He has it, but he's waiting. Okay, he's trying to confirm before, because he's ready to pounce basically. Okay, and Salakia, this is kind of like one of my little guilty pleasures in order to in listening / watching debates. So yeah, but YAHAWASHI, I got a lesson out of it. Okay, and I learned a lesson as well as I'm able to share my lesson with you, with the rest of you.
There, correct me if I'm wrong, is that because other cultures have done this, there's a precedent.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think that
Well,
we're
you do-
hermetically sealed in any way.
So you do realize, and you,
So he confirmed it, and she said yes. There's a precedent. It's okay because other countries do it. So because other countries do it, it's okay. That's basically what she said. All right, and he confirmed. She said yes. Let's listen to the rest.
you talked about how very different it was from Western culture. So antithetical to Western culture, you named India, ancient Egypt. You know what else? We also believe in that's antithetical to those cultures. We're against slavery.
So now, and this is where I lose the joy and the enjoyment of watching debates, because this is where it becomes just barbaric and nonsensical. It makes no sense, and there's no real discourse. It's just mindless babbling. Okay, and the reason why I say that is because you know what a debate is. Let's look at the definition of debate, because I didn't know this is what it was. Debate, noun, a formal discussion on a particular topic in a public meeting or a legislative assembly in which opposing arguments are put forward. Now, I also believe that there is, I could be wrong. Debate is 5. Wait. Okay, well, unfortunately, I can't find it. There was one definition that basically said you can debate when you're on good terms with someone. But obviously, this doesn't it started out as a debate when you're civil, but then the debate goes out the window because the people are not, acting in good faith, speaking in good faith, and actually trying to come into an understanding. And it's just, as soon as they got you, when your side doesn't make sense anymore, then it's just, oh, now you just, get emotional, you freaking stuff like that. Okay, so let's listen to a little bit more, and then I'm gonna go into the next one.
I'm sorry. I'm really confused as to why you brought slavery.
Let me.
Okay, so like right there, it was very clear. And if you have, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I kind of do mean to be disrespectful. If you have any of a brain and you had some intelligence, you would understand the point of him bringing up slavery. Okay, she said because other countries believe that you can practice multiple genders, then that means that it is okay and this is a good thing. Multiple genders is a good thing. But then he brought up and says, okay, so if other societies use slavery, does that mean that's a good thing? Okay, so it's very clear, it's very point blank, and it made perfect sense. But again, now you see she turns into defense mode, monster mode, bug out mode, and now she's trying to just freaking dodge, and she does in fact backtrack, not really backtrack, but like tries to negate what she was. It's not this, blah blah blah, who cares about this, why are you trying to bring this up, and whatnot. Okay, so I'll continue to let it play a little bit more, and then I'm gonna move on to the next video.
I would love to bring it up.
Yeah, that's kind of a
my point is, because your premise is because it's found in other societies, therefore it's okay, or it is to be good. My point is there are plenty of other practices. Well, I'm trying to get to why I believe it's harmful, and you're explaining why you don't. But the point is, if something was practiced in another society, and it was harmful in another society, and we agree that it's harmful. For example, we both agree that slavery was harmful. We both agree that maybe cannibalism is harmful. You can find these practices in societies. My point is, it's not a valid argument to simply say it's been found in other societies if that practice is harmful. So it comes down to the idea of, is it productive or harmful for us to separate the idea of sex and gender? So that's the question. So other societies have done harmful things. I think that doesn't.
Damn it! I don't know why the thing is lagging. Slovakia. Do I have to?
Necessarily mean that it's.
I'm sorry. I don't
okay.
think respecting someone's identity makes that harmful. I don't understand. I think.
Oh my god. Okay, whatever then. I'm done.
I agree with you comparing gender identity.
Basically, you get it. You see, she's trying to dodge the fact that the very valid fact that he brought up. Because just because other societies practice it, does that make it okay? So if other societies practice gender roles or whatever the hell, then that means it's okay? She said yes. If other countries practice slavery, okay, bad slavery or whatever you want to call it, then does that mean that bad slavery is okay? And then now she doesn't. Now when you use the same premise of both of those things, it doesn't make sense. And then she is, just I guess trying to sidestep it when in reality it doesn't make sense in that sense. All right. Now, this is really what I wasn't gonna make this video today. I was kind of slacking off, but this is kind of what really made me just get up and start to do it, because this kind of really irked me, and it reminded me of like all the crap that Israel has to go through. Okay, because in actuality, Israel, we are seen as less than humans. Okay, and that is a literal fact of the matter. Okay, Edomites, Babylonians, whatever, they don't see us as on their level. They don't see us as human. Over here, I'll let you see it first, and then I will explain it.
About a spectrum, not just in terms of like gender identity, but also in terms of really any biological trait, right? That humans exist on a spectrum, whether it's a racial spectrum, like there are people that are half something or whatever, like biologically we're all on a spectrum. Some men can grow facial hair and...
Okay, so now that is what annoyed me, okay? So now when she's talking about this whole gender identity, all right, and this also falls in the line in these people, in that one woman or whatever that was trying to be racial and turning herself into a black woman or whatever, okay, a so-called black woman. Now, they are disqualifying the fact we as Israelites, okay, or the so-called black people, all right, are born the way we are. We didn't choose. We can't go buy our way out of it. We can't do any of that stuff, okay? And we, as well as we don't, okay? We have to deal with it the day we are born until the day we die, or until the day we get delivered from this wicked kingdom, Babylon, all right? So when they do that, okay, and saying, I'm being oppressed like the so-called black people, I'm this and that and whatever. So now she's saying that there's a racial spectrum, okay? On one side of the spectrum it's black, and one side of the spectrum is white. Is that what she's trying to say? Because there's no... Let me see something. How the fuck do you spell? Okay, look at this. Okay, oh my god. I want a good big picture, okay? Hopefully this is okay, perfect. Now, ouch. Excuse me. This is so-called black. This is the darkest color, African or whatever. This is wow, perfect, red. This is the, red Edomite thing, okay? So now we get to African, we get to fucking black, we get to what? Asian? Like that doesn't make sense, because that's not how race works. Race is not determined on your skin color, okay? So look at this. What is that one woman's name? I know how to find her though. Okay, here. So based on this nigga's skin color, Slakia for calling the N-word, but based on his skin color, so he's on the spectrum. He's on this spectrum now. So this guy is a white person, okay? This guy, Logic, is a white person. Blake Griffin is a white person. Tracy Ellis Ross is on this side of the spectrum. Okay? No, that's not the case, okay? Father, look at this. He's an Edomite. Now look, let's go over here. I just had it in my head. What? Oh, numbers, Slakia. Numbers chapter 1 verse 18. And they assembled all their congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward by their polls. So they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers. So you are what your father is. Tracy Ellis Ross's father, Robert Ellis Stein. Names always sound like, like Frankenstein, like monstrous type of stuff. Anyway, but whatever about that. Look at his father, Blake Griffin's father, so-called dark skin. I don't even know what. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Whatever. In terms of the simplicity of things, that this goes to show you can't determine who is of what race based on their skin color. Okay, so in addition to that, you can't say that the spectrum of race. There's a spectrum of race. When it's you are what your father is. The father carries the seed. He puts the seed in the woman, in the mother, and then the mother grows that thing. Let's get that. Okay. Actually, let's quickly Google red apples. Okay. So if you take a red apple seed, okay, you plant it in, let's say, for the sake of simplistic explanation, okay, hypothetically, because I don't know how they make different colored apples, and I don't feel like, wasting everyone's time. So let's say, for example, red apples are found naturally in North America, okay? So now, when you plant an apple seed in America, you get a red apple. But if you go to Europe and you plant a apple seed in a red apple seed in Europe, you get a green apple. Okay, it's like shit. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest. So you get you take the same seed and you plant it in a different area. Does that mean, or is this a pear? Is this a pear? Just because it's green? Because if you look at a pear is green. Wait, hold on. Is this an apple? Are these apples? No, these are still pears. Okay. If you ever tried an apple, pears taste really good, by the way, in my opinion. Speaking as a man, if you see that they look different, but there's a clear difference between an apple and a pear. Whether it be taste, which is the characteristics of it. What's that type called? Phenotype is the outside. I don't know what the other one is called. Fuck. Genotype. So phenotype is the so just because of a phenotype, which is the outward appearance, okay, that doesn't determine what something is, okay. And this is a YAHAWASHI, because this is a beautiful example, as you make different fruits. You can make different fruits through their seeds, okay, or seeds, and where and how they're bred, whatnot. So you put a apple and you put a red apple seed. Depending on where you grow it, it looks like a different color. Okay, so in the same sense, if an Israelite man gets with Edomite woman, for example, then does that mean that's and the kid comes out looking like Blake Griffin? Does that mean Blake Griffin is now on the spectrum of an Edomite? No, very clearly he's not very clearly, but he is an Israelite because the seed of the father. The seed was an Israelite, not which is not phenotypical, but genotypical. Okay, or what the seed is. The seed is you take it's like taking an apple seed and planting it in somewhere, where versus taking a pear seed and planting it somewhere. Okay, you could take an apple seed and plant it in America. Take a green pear seed, plant it in America. You get the red apple seed comes out to be a red apple. Green pear becomes a green pear. That doesn't mean anything. Okay, there's still respectively an apple and a pear. All right, and yeah, that's what that was what really hit me and pushed me to making this, because it really does, get on my nerves to hear that. All right, but ultimately, in conclusion, okay, the last thing I want to bring out is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 11. And for this cause Yahweh shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie. Okay, so at the end of the day, to conclude it all, the fact that we were blessed, okay, we were blessed to be able to understand that this is wrong, understand right and wrong, have a very cognizant as well as well-flowing train of thought in coming to our conclusions. Okay, that's a blessing. Okay, let me get another thing. Isaiah chapter 30 verse 10, which says to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceit. Okay. Okay, well, I think that's it. They want the whole matter of I don't want to hear what you have to say. I only want to hear that I can be this multiple gender thing. I can go on the spectrum of gender or whatever. Okay, when that's not the case. You can't do that. But ultimately, I really want to say this because I feel the love that the Most High has for me in allowing me to be able to see that's wrong, and allowing me to not be a part of this whole wicked society, as well as this whole wicked, let me do whatever I want, and just being dumb. Okay, I'm very grateful that I'm able to see. I'm not only able to see things, but I'm not under that strong delusion that a majority of these people are under. Okay, the Lord sent a strong delusion that people believe lies. Okay, they believe multiple lies. Okay, the lies of this whole multiple gender iconoclasm, even when it's broken down to you, Christianity, Islam, and Judaism, especially Judaism. All right, that honestly, if you just get lazy and you don't appreciate the love that the Most High has for you, I don't know what to tell you. All I can say is repent. Rebuke those thoughts. Don't don't be one of those 2/3 that get left behind. All right, just it's very crazy that you were chosen out of all the people in the world. Okay, look at the population of the people in the world, and then only out of all the people in the world, 1/3 of all the Israelites. Okay, you are so damn lucky. All right. Just and another thing, it's not just it's only 1/3 of so-called black people, or 1/3 of only so-called people that look like so-called black people, or look like so-called Mexicans, or look like so-called Native Americans and whatever. But it's also the diaspora. All right, like, and I only say this because it is a very important thing, and I don't think, just like how I grew up not really having, much, not really having heroes to look up to. I want to say that for my brothers and sisters that are in this truth, that are the diaspora. Okay, you look like the so-called Edomites. I feel sorry for you if you do. Okay, I'm sorry, Slakia, but if you do, then I definitely do feel sorry for him. I can't even lie. Like, out of all the nations, you look like a damn Edomite, bro. That's sad, and I just do not mess with them. But if you are actually an Israelite, I will mess with you. But you got to look like Edomites, Israelites that look like Moabites, Ishmaelites, what's the other one? Yeah, so that's basically like the Chinese, Indians, what else? Africans, okay? Like, damn, you probably would have been better off looking like an African. Well, no, I think that's like the second bet. Like, if I were to pick, well, Slacky, I'm getting off topic, but like, for you diaspora that look like pray that you are able to, understand and receive this message, and, know that at the bare minimum, for me personally, I try to let you guys know, as well as, other brothers do it too, but I guess it's just not a very common thing, because you don't really see much, okay? But outside of that, I want to the YAHAWAH BASHIM YAHAWASHI BASHIM RICANS, the water that I'm not ignorant, the water that anyone watching this is not ignorant, and we're able to be aware of, what's right and what's wrong, and the wickedness that Esau has spread out on the four corners of the earth. And with that, I want to say shalom.